God
So
damn it.
What did you do?
I started playing it twice. I didn't close it quick enough, so it looped. Motherfucker.
You gotta turn off the loop.
I know, man. I gotta configure my Windows Media Player later. Ugh.
That's alright.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Playing Field. This is this is a thing where we talk about video games and stuff because we're in that field, and that gives us the right to just judge people and make opinions on stuff. Because it's the internet.
Experts.
Oh yeah. So today we're gonna be talking about. We have like two main topics, and then we're probably just gonna say some other stuff, and that'll lead into other stuff, as most podcasts tend to go. So the main things we're gonna be talking about are the new advent of Steam broadcasting and what effect that might have on like Twitch or any other type of streaming service. And then we're also gonna go over the blending line between voice actors and normal actors with mocap and all that stuff, and how Troy Baker's and everything, and he's very pretty. So yeah, I think we're gonna start with Steam broadcasting. And Cry, you mentioned you did not know much about this, correct?
I need to know the hypothetical information that I don't know about.
Hypothetical. Hypothetically, it's like 1-to-1.
Oh.
It's like instant.
Wow, hypothetically,
Zero
I'm in
delay.
love with this Steam bod.
Hypothetically, they pay you by the minute.
I have been
I'm
actually testing it pretty extensively with somebody, and it seems to be about a 10-second delay. And it's so it's not as good as, you know, the old Twitch used to be, but it's not terrible. But the weird thing is it picks up other sounds. Like, it doesn't just pick up the sound of the game. So like if you're talking to that person and then you watch them on you know, on their thing, you'll hear yourself talking, but you won't hear them talking. So it's kind of weird.
They're just all computer sounds.
All sounds, yeah. It's like stereo mix basically.
That's why you would have to use something like virtual audio cables.
You would. Yeah, you definitely would. But I mean, I don't think they're trying to replace Twitch or anything like that. I think they're just trying to replicate the PlayStation, because you can do that with PS4, right?
Yeah, you can, but that's also like Twitch.
Yeah, you can do it through PlayStation, but it streams to Twitch or Ustream or wherever.
Oh, so you can't just bounce in to somebody playing a game and then bounce back out like it's a private broadcast?
Right, 'cause
No.
that's what Steam's like trying to make it towards, like
Yeah.
watch your friends, not more like broadcast yourself to the internet.
Right, that's what I've noticed. And like I kind of like that. I don't think they're trying to overtake anything because, you know, Steam's not dumb. They're not going to try to just beat Twitch now that Twitch is, you know, that high on the hierarchy right now. I think it's exactly like that. Just kind of like, you know, instead of, you know, if you're living at home or something and you're like, you know, you just bust down your brother's door and like see what he's playing. It's kind of like that, but just internet style, which I think is pretty cool.
Is there a way to like, is this like an always on thing?
Was they send you like an invite to watch you and then you set it up, right?
Yeah, there are well, yeah, you can just go in your settings and change that right now, but the settings, if you haven't touched them, they'll pop up the first time when somebody requests to watch something, so yeah.
What if you have it like set to auto and you forgot and you're like playing Grand Theft Auto and you're just in a strip club for like half an
Well,
hour?
it lets you know when somebody begins watching, so
Oh, okay.
you can't fuck that up. And then there's also a little private chat so they can talk to you too, and like anybody else who's currently
So
watching.
like, hey, make it rain on our titties. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. It's like it's good friend interaction. I like that actually.
Huh,
Oh, that'd
okay.
be hilarious. They just start talking about your gameplay while you're in the middle of it, and they're like, "What the fuck? You're watching me?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you have to be of the mindset of wanting people to watch you when you're playing it, and if not, then you just don't accept their invite.
So you can enjoy your titties in peace.
Exactly.
Good.
We all
I
need to
got
enjoy-
it.
Go ahead.
I just got a different impression from the whole thing.
How so?
It seems like Steam is pushing towards being a sort of all-encompassing community. Like, they have the Steam curator thing. They have game sharing. They have trading to a degree, and now they have some form of streaming. I think they're trying to give people the tools to do everything in-house.
That's true. That you made me think of a big picture too. How they're trying to branch out in that aspect. Like they want it to be in the living room, not just, you know, in your computer room. That actually
They
kind of
have
makes
an
sense.
operating system.
True.
So now all we need are like Steam toiletries and Steam pizza deliveries.
Exactly.
And then we have just Steam life. All right, cool.
The monopoly of Steam.
Steampunk was never the thing. It was just Steam. Whoa.
See, that's the thing,
Right.
though. Like, would you mind? Obviously they're not trying to do that, but would you mind a monopoly if like Steam had it? Because they appear to be pretty good. Like, I almost like wouldn't care if that was the case.
I would care.
Why? Just because it's all like 1984 Total Control thing, or?
No, because Steam doesn't they don't really filter their content anymore.
Yep.
So it becomes
Yeah.
kind of a cesspool.
You're talking about like green light and all the possible shit that can appear now.
Yeah, and Steam reviews, the curator thing, it's all very open. And I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's very hard to find choice content now.
It's
True.
becoming saturated.
Yeah, that is true. That is something I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about. How Steam reviews, like the top reviews, are not actually reviews; they're just some shitty joke.
Right.
That kind of pisses me off.
1,000 hours played. It's kind of good.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it's like something like that, or like, oh, I could fly a goat over over the moon and blah 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 blah. 10 out of 10. Like
Batman Arkham Asylum?
what? God damn
I was just
it!
trying to guess the game.
Yes.
Okay.
But I really don't want to order a Steam pizza and there be an ad for an RPG Maker game on top of it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I need another sale on RPG Maker VX Ace, even though I spent the full price for it. I need it.
Oh God. Speaking of that, actually, is that is that public knowledge yet? By the way,
No, should
Okay.
we do that?
do you want to disclose that now? I feel like
I don't give a fuck.
why not? This might be a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Won't have that much reach anyway, so go for it.
True, yeah. Snake, you're pretty much in charge of it anyway, so.
So, we've come to an agreement that D&D, our current campaign, will be discontinued, and we will soon move on to another style of game, maybe D&D, maybe something else. Who knows? But that's not as important as what we're going to do with the current campaign, and that's make it into an RPG Maker game.
But dun, we just talked about shit about them. Now we're making.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, so it's going to be Ammo style for those curious.
of course. No combat, just running away from things and hiding in closets.
Running away from giant drunken Marv.
Jesus Christ.
Covered in blood. That's
So,
terrifying.
like, I've been curious, like, are we going to, up until the point that we've gotten to, are we going to recreate everything that's happened?
Yes.
Okay. So everything that has happened. And then I'm just curious how to actually incorporate gameplay into it. Because we don't have that many fights, you know? And if it's going to be like JRPG style, there need to be more like just bullshit fights.
You know,
Right.
what we could do is when we actually do have a situation where we're like, you know, when we were in that cave, for example, we could just expand upon that. Like, instead of just having exactly what happened in that cave, we add a bit more, like, make it a bit more vast and just exaggerate what happened, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely make like a extensive cave system, and we'll make it an RPG. And then you'll have towns where you don't necessarily get into random battles. But then when you're out exploring like a cave or traveling from one place to another, of course there'll be random battles. That's how those games work.
Oh, I just realized I was looking at the viewer list.
Yeah, why were you looking at the viewer list?
Don't worry.
It's a terrible thing to look at.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, everyone wanted to see their names. But yeah, I think that could actually be really cool. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about that. But the thing is, how do we differentiate it from every other RPG Maker game? Because, you know, just because it has a good story doesn't mean, you know, people are going to care about it. They're just going to see RPG Maker and go, RPG Maker.
That's where we gotta have pretty visuals, man.
How, though?
Gotta be like, steal pixel artists and just make them work for us and pay them, because the pixel artist is actually really, really hard to do.
I know, it's hard to find people that can do that.
Yeah,
That's the thing, like,
especially
you need to
not
have
for
very, very
compensation.
specific, you know, specifications for something like that. You know, like, it's a huge pain in the ass to make, like, an actual, just a walking character. There's, like, you know, 27 different images for that shit. It's hard.
You know what else is hard?
What?
Got nothing. Keep going on.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Diamonds.
Yes.
My goal with the idea wasn't to appeal to someone who is unaffiliated with the campaign. It's
So
to
it's more
give people
in-house.
Yeah, it's more of a chance to give people the opportunity to finish the story.
So it's more MSF RPG kind of thing.
I would say it would be a bit more.
Obviously more open and detailed than that shit that I made in like a week, but yeah. I'm just talking about the in-house aspect of it, where it's meant to cater to people who already know about it, rather than
Right.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's cool. We should probably actually start doing that stuff and actually like not just talk
Start
about it
making
as we tend to
mechanics
do.
and things. Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's
so
Steam Broadcast, everybody.
That
Yeah,
is
good.
Steam Broadcasting. We talked about that for about 3 minutes and then our own shit for longer. Good. Okay, so this should be interesting. The roles of actors and voice actors. This is basically the Troy Baker segment now. So
Okay.
I'll talk about him all day, but
He's
so,
such a hunk.
he is a fucking hunk. Snake, this is your topic idea, so I want to hear your views on it first.
Well, I have mixed feelings about it. You have people like Kojima and Del Toro working together with Silent Hills. Norman Reedus being the actor in that. You have Kiefer Sutherland in MGS5. You have Troy Baker. You have Kevin Spacey. A lot of
Hold
the
on,
line
did you just
between-
put Troy Baker on the same level as like Kevin Spacey and Kiefer Sutherland and all these people? Do you
No,
think?
I'm just saying that they're using actors and voice actors in a way that hasn't been done before.
Okay, fair enough. Continue.
And it's blurring the line between cinema and video game. I don't know how I feel about that.
Was it Willem Dafoe? Wasn't he in that one game?
Oh yeah, he was in God, what is it? Wow, why
Oh,
can't
Two
you
I
played
Souls.
it.
Ellen Page game?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What was it?
Down Two Souls.
That's right.
It was
Yeah, it's
not. I just don't like the ending. Okay, I'm sorry. Carry on.
But
yeah,
no, even then, that's just like it's movies with actual actors in them playing themselves, kind of thing. Well, not themselves, but actors
That's
being
okay. I
in a
agree.
movie, and you're playing an interactive movie.
That game in itself literally was a fucking Hollywood budget movie. But it was just like, I'm also a game, check me out. And then the ending solidified the fact that I'm a movie, check me out. It felt like, you know how X-Men movies end, or at least the first few of them, like they
Like
had that
slightly open-ended cliffhanger,
Yeah.
like what happened.
yeah, exactly what they did with Beyond Two Souls.
I see.
And I was just like, you killed it. You killed it. You took it out back and you shot it. That's what it felt like to me at that point.
Yeah,
So,
but I
do you
think
think there's like there's no room for it then, or do you think that game in particular just happened to be a bad example?
For motion cap,
Yeah, you know, for actually using real actors and stuff like that.
I think motion cap is a nice way for if, for example, you needed to get something done fast, but I think you should stick to the OG and the animation stuff for like the main focal points of things. But like if you
completely
wanted to like
disagree with
just
that.
do oh yeah?
Oh, completely. I mean, you
think-
compare, you know, a non-mocapped animation versus a mocapped one. One obviously looks way better.
Yeah, but like
Mhm.
shit like Bayonetta, you're not gonna be able to do that.
True. Yeah.
How the
well,
No,
fuck
but
are you
that
gonna do
wire-
that?
like a wire team helping you out, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, see, I'm talking about like, you know, like stuff that's more
Video gamey?
eye-catching and appealing and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that takes a lot more time and money to pull off, even though it does
Oh,
look
yeah.
a lot greater. I'm sure just doing mocap is, I mean, a lot cheaper and just a lot easier.
do you think?
I mean-
I don't know enough about it to justify that.
Me either.
I'm
Last
still
time I
a
was-
fan. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, last time I was at QuakeCon, I met with some guy who was actually talking about making like a bunch of packs, like animation packs that are like already like just easily you throw the model in and it would, you know, you'd probably have to do a little tweaking, but it was just like packs of hundreds of like stock animations to sell to, you know, potential gamers coming up.
Huh.
So, but he was in the mocap business, and it doesn't seem like it would be that hard. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's difficult and has a lot of technology behind it, but putting it out there doesn't seem like it would be costly to do.
Right.
Well, see, my thing is, I'm still like a fan of, like, I'm sure how a lot of people are a fan of, like, you know, old school hand drawn 2D animation, like Don Bluth and all that shit. And then you got like a bunch of like 3D modeled stuff that just seems it feels like it cheapens the deal. You know?
Well,
Like
I
as
mean, a lot of
opposed
the
to
time, even like if you're a person trying to learn animation, even 2D animation, a lot of the times people do it by tracing over, a video of someone walking and then just like learn from there. So there's just like a really basic form of mocap. So it's the only way to make it like realistic if you're trying to do that.
maybe it could be like a stepping stone, but then they could evolve it into their own vision.
According to Pixel Leaders, motion capture is actually a hell of a lot more expensive than traditional 3D animation. See,
Really?
this is stuff we should probably research before we talk about it, but
Listen, I
even
like
then-
talking out of my ass.
that's true.
Me too. Like to pretend.
Good.
So
Carry
then,
on.
if that's true,
But I mean, what is it still costly over like? I just see a person animating it would have to be there for a long time to make it look maybe as good as mocap.
that's true.
Well, from what I hear, apparently mocap just gives you a good idea, but it's apparently like
Like it's part of the process.
yeah, there's a lot of glitchy shit that goes on with mocap, at least from the last time I heard about it. I don't even remember where I
Well, I'm
heard
sure
about
you
it.
can't just immediately import, whatever happens and that's it. It goes right into the game. Obviously, there's tweaking, but I think it's way easier than making it from scratch, and it's way more natural too. Like actually, I was just playing the Call of Duty because I wanted to see Kevin Spacey, and you could tell every single thing in that game is mocapped, every single motion, and it looks really good. I mean, the game itself is like, but like the actual like animations and quality of the movement and stuff, it's like scarily realistic. And you can tell like the faces of the people are actually the faces of the people that were doing that.